The legendary Pokemon Dialga is going to be returning to Pokemon GO's raid battles, but we're also going to be getting a raid hour featuring Origin Forme Dialga. Now, taking down both of these legendaries requires the same counters pretty much, so we're going to be going over all of that in this video. This is going to be a raid guide for both Dialga and Origin Forme Dialga. Alrighty, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So, some of the most powerful legendaries in Pokemon GO is without a doubt Dialga as well as Origin Forme Dialga. Between both of these, I would say Origin Forme Dialga is going to be a much higher priority because it essentially is a bit of an upgraded version of regular Dialga. And the reason for that is because it could potentially come with an adventure effect move, Roar of Time, and that move not only deals more damage, but it's also a really useful adventure effect where it's going to extend the duration of your premium items. So I will say that overall, this is going to be a pretty important week for raid battles because you will want to do Dialga raids in order to get Dialga candy, and then you will want to participate with this Wednesday's raid hour so that you could get yourself potentially a really good Origin Forme Dialga with Roar of Time. So first, let's go over the best way you could take down Dialga, and then afterwards I'll talk about Origin Forme Dialga. Dialga is a Steel and Dragon type legendary Pokemon. This only gives it actually two weaknesses, which is going to be Ground type and Fighting type attacks. Keep in mind that Dialga has a plethora of different resistances, which include Grass, Poison, Bug, Electric, Flying, Normal, Psychic, Rock, Steel, and Water. So do not bring any Pokemon with these types of moves, but definitely bring your absolute best Ground types and Fighting types. Now in terms of perfect IVs, you will want to encounter one that is 2307, and if it's weather boosted, it's going to be 2884. Those are the perfect IVs. Now, if you were to want a weather boosted one, you will want to go when it is windy weather or snowy weather, but considering that at this time of the year, these are very rare weather types, you will probably just have to bet on getting yourself just a regular non-boosted Dialga. But if you're lucky, maybe you'll encounter one when it is windy outside. Now, if you want to take down Dialga with the least number of trainers as possible, it is actually doable with just one other trainer, but make sure both of you are at least level 40 and all of your counters are also level 40. But if you want to secure the win against regular Dialga, you just need a raid group that consists of 5 trainers with at least level 30 Pokemon. Now, let's talk about the best counters for this raid boss. It's pretty straightforward. It's basically going to be your absolute best ground types and fighting types, and these will include Mega Lucario as your Mega Evolution, or you could go with Primal Groudon. And then top load your team with the best ground types, which include Shadow Excadrill, Shadow Groudon, and then of course Terrakion is a really good counter up against this raid boss. And if you do not have any of these Pokemon, you could just go with regular Lucario as well as regular Excadrill. They're going to be pretty solid up against regular Dialga. So yeah, just like I said, Origin Forme Dialga is going to have pretty similar counters to regular Dialga, and for the most part you could probably just run with the same raid team. But let's go over the details for Origin Forme Dialga, which you need to keep in mind is going to be during this Wednesday's raid hour, which you will not want to miss out on. Alright, so in terms of Origin Forme Dialga, it's pretty much nearly identical to regular Dialga. It's also going to be a Steel and Dragon type legendary Pokemon, which gives it the same weaknesses and resistances. Now, in terms of perfect IVs, this is where it kind of strays off. If you want a perfect IV of Origin Forme Dialga, you're going to want to look for one that is 2337 or 2921 if it is weather boosted. Now, in terms of how many trainers you need to bring to Origin Forme Dialga raids, it's going to be just a little bit more than you would bring to regular Dialga. The reason for that is because in terms of its stats, it actually has just a little bit more, and it also hits just a little bit harder. So just make sure you bring at least 3 trainers that are at least level 40 if you want to challenge yourself, and you could secure the win with a raid group of 7 trainers. And then of course, in terms of the counters for Origin Forme Dialga, it's going to be the exact same as regular Dialga. Mega Lucario is your best Mega Evolution outside of Primal Groudon, and then Shadow Excadrill and Shadow Groudon are going to be your top hitting Pokemon. And then of course, Terrakion is a great choice, and then in terms of budget encounters, you could go with regular Lucario as well as regular Excadrill. So basically, you just need the same exact team for both of these raid bosses. You won't have to switch anything up for this raid hour, it's just a matter of making sure you participate. So there you go, it's pretty straightforward. If you want to take down Origin Forme Dialga or regular Dialga, you just need to go with these counters and you'll be good to go. And just like I said earlier, you will want to make sure you farm up regular Dialga specifically for those candies, and then make sure you participate during this Wednesday's raid hour for Origin Forme Dialga. Because if you can get yourself a high IV of Origin Forme Dialga with Roar of Time, and even if you're lucky enough to get a shiny form as well, that is definitely going to be a high priority for you to max out, but also for you to have a whole bunch of candies on hand so that you could use Roar of Time whenever you want. This Wednesday's raid hour is going to be from 6 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. local time, so make sure you mark your calendars. You absolutely do not want to miss out on it. But in any case, that's going to be it for this raid guide video. Definitely share your thoughts regarding both Dialga and Origin Forme Dialga down below. Is there a particular raid tip that I completely missed? Make sure you mention it down below so that we could help each other out. And yeah, I would definitely like to see what you have to say. So make sure you share it in the comments and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget the notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to join all the people you're going to see on the bottom of your screen pretty soon, yeah, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. For all of my patrons, I actually personally add them to my Pokemon GO friends list. So that means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts, different things like that. If you want to play Pokemon GO with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you see right now on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and that'll be a huge help to my channel. And you'll have access to some exclusive content, and you'll be able to keep up with my daily life. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today. Make sure you tell yourself that you're awesome, because I think you're awesome, and I'll catch you all later.